Okay, so I'm back. Installment number 2 of Business Lessons from Improv Comedy by Colin, Doughan, with a lot of help from 88 Improv. All right, so far we've talked about yes and, not no but. We've talked about the importance of listening. And now we're on slide number 4, and we're going to discuss making your team look good. This is very much in line with the idea that other people have value. You're going to see that through each of these different slides. The value of the other people, when you start to see them as individuals with their own hopes and dreams and goals and input that means something, that is valuable, you see that it's not just your own desires and your own self-promotion that is of value here. And you start to want to be able to help the other person to accomplish their dreams and goals also. Sometimes that means after the fact, making sure that other people get the credit that they're due, within the team, those leaders that really help give you those aha moments. But sometimes it means the interaction inside the group while the creativity is going on. Finding those pieces that other people are bringing to the table that are awesome, and making sure that the other the members of the team notice that and appreciate that, and don't just gloss over those great insights that one individual team member is making. Make sure that everybody understands it. This can, if done well, making your team look good is probably one of the easiest ways to become a strong leader. Robert Greenleaf wrote the book Servant Leadership, and this is very much in line with those ideas, that to make yourself great, you need to make yourself the least. And to truly lead another person, you need to be their servant. And that's really hard, especially in America, where we feel we have rights and we have people owe us something. That individualistic mentality, all of that has to go out the window to do improv well. And I would challenge us that the same has to go out the window to do teamwork well, to do those type of lock yourself in a conference room, come up with an amazing good idea at a whiteboard, requires that same attitude. So the fastest way to become a great leader, the fastest way to do good improv, make everybody else look good, not necessarily yourself. On to slide 5, know your role. Embrace your strengths within the team. The idea here is that not everyone is going to be good at everything within the team. It's not healthy to pretend that that would be the case. You've got 5 people locked in a conference room coming up with a great idea. That does not mean that everybody needs to play the same role, that it's 5 cookie cutters of you and you're all in the same room. Honestly, if there wasn't a diversity among the group, all the ideas are going to come back the same. But as soon as you start mixing in people with different strengths and abilities, people with different heritages and backgrounds, people with different job functions, all of those different things that can provide you perspective, you're going to come up with a much better answer. And I think that's kind of the whole idea of teamwork anyway, is that if one person could do it on their own, then who needs the other 4? But if 5 people can put their strengths and combine them, then you truly have something amazing. As I was talking to 88 Improv about building this package, one of them really talked to me about their strength. He said, you know what, Colin, I'm the glue that holds the show together. When we're doing long form, a reminder that long form is kind of like a sitcom episode where you might have a couple of different threads, but all the threads kind of come back together at the end. When we're doing long form improv, it intentionally starts with some very wacky, very diverse threads, and to try to bring that all together is very hard. And we've got some guys that are just absolutely hilarious on the team that don't necessarily see how they can bring everything together. But I really see that as my job, to bring everybody together, to be the glue that combines everything in the end. And because I'm paying attention to that part of the improv set, how to bring these threads together, that really frees up our very funny people to be out there off the wall. They don't have to reserve any spare brain cycles to bring this whole idea together at the end. They can just be funny and trust me that I'll bring it together. and I'll make sure that it all fits by the time we're done. And I trust them that they're going to make the whole show worth watching in the first place. When you're in the conference room, when you're working with the other people in your cubicle, knowing what they bring to the table and not pretending that everybody's a cookie cutter is a very healthy thing. But again, it requires you to know the other person. Don't assume that they're going to bring that to you. Be the leader that you are going to listen. You are going to build off what other people are providing. You are going to have enough interest in the other person that you will know them to that level, that you will know those strengths and work to bring those out. Okay, so the last slide talks about trust. It brings together all four elements: yes and, not, no, but, the importance of listening, making your team look good, embracing your strengths. Trust runs through all of these. You absolutely can't do improv if you don't trust another person. And I would challenge us within business. Have you ever been on a team with somebody that you're halfway wondering if they're going to stab you in the back later, if they're going to take credit for the ideas, if they're not really there to participate? They already kind of have an answer that they like, and they're just kind of going through the motions of listening to everybody else, and then they're just going to recommend their pet project or idea that they entered the room with at the beginning. Those people aren't very fun to work with. You definitely didn't get that warm fuzzy from them that they wanted to hear your ideas. And I challenge you that in cases where you are that person, why would somebody want to listen to your ideas if you're going to act that way? But finding the value in the other person begins to knit you as a team together. Yes and says, I find value in you and your ideas. Listening proves that by waiting to speak, but not just with an empty head, but with ears open to absorb and bring in the ideas that other people are providing. Not just looking to magnify your own status among the team, but intentionally making yourself the lowest to raise up other members of the team, and looking for those strengths in other people. All of what we've been discussing today says, I'm going to trust you, and as a result, we are going to do amazing things together. That's where the power of improv benefits business. And I would also challenge you in this. What improv does is it says, I can't rely on a script. There are no words. And so the most powerful part of improv, and thus in business, is when you don't have a script, or when you can't rely on the script that's already been written. So if you're in that situation where your scripts, your policies and procedures, your marketing plans that aren't getting you the results you want, your sales that are falling lower than expected, you name it. If that's where you're at, what does improv do when it doesn't have a script? It relies on people. It uses these elements to trust each other, to truly know each other, and then to build amazing results as a result of that. If you're in that situation, I would encourage you to look to people. Look to lower yourself and magnify others. Look to really plug into other people and know them and what they're about and what they're interested in and what they're bringing to the table. Find their value, and in that you will find a path to be able to lead you to some better scripts, some better policies, some better marketing materials, some better sales efforts, all those type of things. It's very much a holistic view of business, but until robots do it on their own, it's going to take people. And to outdo the competition, I think some lessons from improv can definitely be valuable. So I hope this helps. One last slide. 88Improv. If you follow these links, you'll be able to go out and see some wonderful videos that they had made for me to present to you guys. They're awesome guys and gals, and these same lessons that we talked about today, they put some zany videos together for you to watch and to enjoy and maybe make the point a little better than I did. So enjoy these, and word of warning, they definitely are zany, but maybe that'll wake you up after listening to me for a couple minutes. So enjoy, and thanks so much for letting me participate.